guys, and welcome to another one of my videos, and this is a highly anticipated video for some of my watchers because some people have been asking me to do part 2 of my most exciting contemporary books, upcoming contemporary books, and I've done one for the books that were coming out in the months of January to June, and this is basically the sequel of it, so for the month of July to December, and there's a book in January because I'm just so excited about it that I thought I would basically showcase it. And I have a couple of, honorable mentions of books that I'm not like 100% interested in, but I know some people might, and there are 2 books that I've showcased in my previous video that are still upcoming, so I thought, I would have to show them. And I'm pretty sure some of you have guessed which one of those books are. So anyways, let's get started. My last video, I've done them in order of most exciting, or least exciting out of the 15 to the most. But in this video, it's just, a lot of them are new books that I found out about today, but I don't know how I would rank them. So I just thought, I would do like a random ranking thing, and then whatever, I'll tell you guys the release date, the name, the author, and a bit of the synopsis. So let's get started. The first book is Top 10 Clues I'm Clueless by Liz Zukaz. I've read Liz Zukaz's previous book, and that's actually her debut, which is called Ask Again Later, and I absolutely loved it. It was like a one-sitting read, hilarious. And for this one, it talks about a girl called Chloe, and she works at this place with 4 other people from her school, or not really, I'm not sure, and one of them is actually her crush. And one day they get put into work jail because they've been accused of stealing over $10,000, either worth of goods or just, money. So basically, none of them like each other except for, for the whole crush thing, and they have to work together or band together in order to find out where that money went and basically to clear their names of being accused of stealing that money. And I think this is going to be hilarious and fun because Chloe sounds like a very sarcastic and like independent character from the synopsis. So I'm really excited about this one. And the cover is like so adorable. And it comes out in December 9, so a long way. However, if anyone's on Edelweiss, it's actually available there. I've already requested it, and I'm hoping to read it in like the next couple of months. The next book is one that I know a lot of people have already read, even though it comes out in September, and it is Falling Into Place by Amy Zhang. This book comes out on September 9th, and it talks about a girl who drives off, I think, a bridge, and she's actually one of the most popular girls in her school, and it's told from an unexpected narrator, so you don't know who it's told from, whether it's the girl or someone else. And it's a heartbreaking tale about the devastating life of the most popular girl in the school. There's lots of physics infused in it. Like, this synopsis talks about the how, momentum and mass and force, how they affected the whole decision of the girl to, run off the bridge, as well as how do we impact each other and how do our actions reverberate, and the whole cause and effect thing. And you can tell from the title there's a lot of like mathematical equations going on, and graphs, and like scientific equations, and it sounds really interesting. I like how the author took a whole, all the physics concepts and applied them to real life. She actually put it in a YA book, which I found to be very interesting. So I'm really excited about this one. It's apparently really heartbreaking and beautiful, and everyone loved it, so I'm excited to read it. The next book is Kiss Kill Vanish by Jessica Martinez. This comes out on October 7th, and this one's also up on Edelweiss. Actually, even Falling Into Place is up on Edelweiss. And this one talks about a girl called Valentina, and what happens is that she witnesses a cold-blooded murder, and this murder was carried out by her boyfriend and ordered by her father. So when she sees this, she makes a split, second decision that, she wants out. She doesn't want anything to do with this, and she flees. She gets a new identity and a new name and tries to cut the ties of her old family. However, even though she can change her name and deny her past, she can't really run away from it. So the story, talks about how, like, what she saw and what is really the truth and what is not, and how to, like, basically the mystery behind what just happened. And I think this will make a really heartbreaking story as well as like emotional, and you know, we don't know the full story, so we don't know what happens, and that's what I'm excited about, the mystery of this. And again, I love the cover. All of these books are Harper titles, I've noticed. Harper are coming with a lot of contemporaries in the second half of this year, so I have really high hopes for most of them. The next book is one that I'm like super excited about, and it is Rite of Passage by J.N. Hensley. This one comes out on September 9th, and I love the synopsis of this one. The cover might be a kind of okay thing, but the synopsis just sold me. And it talks about a girl who apparently her brother dared her to do something, and she can never back down from a dare, and it was basically his last dare before he passed away. So what she does, and they don't really tell you what the dare is, but I'm guessing it's that she enrolls in a military academy, and she does. She enrolls in the first ever class of girls at the prestigious Denmark Military Academy, based on the last dare told by her brother. So the thing is, she's a military brat, so she knows like what's going to happen and all the tough obstacles she's going to face, as well as the hostility, because she's one of the first girl classes, you know, in this military school. But she never really expected to fall for her drill sergeant, and she doesn't want to risk it. However, what starts to happen is that she finds out that some of the boys don't just want her gone, but they actually will stop at nothing to drive her away. So they sort of threaten her by doing some really dangerous hazing things and all that stuff, but then she finds out that they're not really acting alone, but they're part of a very old secret society that is determined to force her out. I can tell that the synopsis told a bit too much about what's going on, but I'm excited to read this because there's like secret societies, you know, hazing, and like, you know, the whole issue of, you know, women in military and how they're segregated and discriminated, and just, you know, the whole forbidden romance part. It just sounds really interesting, and I'm excited for this one. The next book is Dangerous Boys by Abigail Haas. This comes out on August 14th. I don't know if you guys know, Abigail Haas is actually Abby McDonald. She has a couple of contemporary books, and also she's the author of Dangerous Girls, a psychological thriller that is actually on Book Outlet if you guys, you know, want to order it or whatever, or buy it. I personally have not read it, but I'm really dying to read it, and everyone that read it said that it messed up with their mind, which is basically what Mara Dyer did to me, so I've always wanted something similar to that, but this is purely contemporary, and this one is not an exception. Like, based on the synopsis, it sounds like a book that will mess up with your head. And this one talks about three teens. Two of them are the Rensnick brothers, and the third one is a girl called Chloe. So one night they walk into this warehouse, and then they come out of it. The three of them walk into the warehouse, but only two come out of it, and like the warehouse is like a burning wreckage right now. And actually what we know is that Chloe dragged one of the brothers out, and he's like unconscious and bleeding and all that stuff, but we know nothing about what happened in, and only Chloe knows what went down. So we don't know which one of the brothers is the one that was rescued and the one that died. We don't know if it was even an accident or not. We don't know if it was self-defense or even murder. This is a story of jealousy, twisted passion, and darkness lurking behind even the most beautiful faces. And it sounds really good, and it sounds like it is going to mess up with my head. So I'm really excited about this one, and mark your calendars, it comes out on August 14th. The next book is Don't Touch, and it's by Rachel M. Wilson. This one comes out on September 2nd. This is another Harper title, and I really like the sound of this one. Initially, I wasn't that interested, but then when the Epic Read girls talked about it on one of their tea times, I'm like, yeah, this is something I might like. And it talks about a girl who believes that if she touches no one, then her parents will get back together. However, it kind of progresses to the point that she becomes obsessed, and I guess it becomes like an obsessive compulsive thing where she just doesn't touch anyone at all. However, this sort of clashes with her dream of becoming an actress, and one day she tried to audition, or wants to audition, to play Ophelia in the school's, you know, rendition of Hamlet. But the problem is that if she does get the role, then she's going to have to touch the main lead actor, who is Peter, as well as kiss him. So basically she does want to do that. So I guess there's like this whole romance line between them. But at the same time, there's the other part of her that is really afraid of, you know, giving in or falling. So I really like the sound of this one. It looks like it's going to be like more of an inner struggle for a character, so I'm hoping for a lot of character growth in this one, because I think that's what the whole story really focuses on. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. It sounds really, really good, and it's already up on Edelweiss. The next book is called Some Boys Are, and it's by Patty Blant. This one comes out on August 1st, and I recently found out about this one, and ever since I did, I'm like, this is the type of book that I need to read and that needs to be in my life. And it talks about a girl called Grace. So Grace, ever since she exposed the town's golden boy and basically accused him of raping her, everyone turned against her, including her town, her school, and even her family. Let's just take a minute to understand, how the hell does your family go against you when you tell them that someone raped you? Like, I'm so confused here. This is like red flags for sucky family. Maybe the suckiest family in 2014 YA books, but we'll see. So basically, she's like been alienated, and she's been like called really bad names, and the whole slut shaming and calling her a liar and all that. But then she meets a guy called Ian, and he doesn't believe in any of that. But then the whole issue is that how can she trust Ian, who is actually the best friend of the guy who raped her? And how can she ever believe and love again after what she has been through? So this is another one of those emotional struggles, and I've noticed a theme in this section of, you know, this whole video, that most of the books, literally all of them, are emotional, heartbreaking books. So I'm really excited for this one because it sounds like it's just I'm going to be hating on every single person that has put her through hell for something that she was actually a victim or that she was actually a victim of. So really excited for this one. Mark your calendars, August 1st.